Alright, y'all. We are back out in the garage putting something together for this weekend. I got a little craft fair coming up, and I got these 3D printed relief sculptures pre-primed for people to paint. I'm going to try to sell a few of them, see what happens. But I have some pegboard, and we're going to try to just make a quick little frame. We'll see how this goes. Stick around. Here's the pegboard, here's the pieces. We're gonna basically figure out and cut this down to size, figure out what we need. Build a little frame to go around it, and I'll go over the steps for that. So I think I have an idea on how we're gonna make a quick frame. I found this scrap piece of cedar. We're gonna try to use it. It is 5 3/8 across, and I want to split this board in half. So when you want to split something in half that's you don't feel like doing the math on, you can take your tape measure and bring it to a number that you can divide. So I'm just going to bring it and angle it so it's at 6 inches, and I can mark where 3 inches is. It's going to give me about half. So I'm at what, 2 5/8. Close enough, almost 2 5/8. So we're gonna split this board down the middle and then move on to our next step. All right, so I got these boards split in half. They're pretty damn even. Now I'm gonna just eyeball this to figure out how wide I want the pegboard. So I got 2 sets of holes and a little bit there, 2 sets of holes and a little bit there. So I'm gonna cut it there. All right, so we got this piece cut down. Next step is to cut some slots in the side of this and this one to fit the pegboard into to make a frame. But I need to find a board to go across the top. I don't have any more cedar, so I'm gonna have to find something else. All right, so I found this piece of pine. So I cut it down, same height as those. Let's figure out, we're gonna cut a groove in here, and I'll bring you over to the table saw to do that. All right, so I have the table saw adjusted, blades down. We're just gonna cut a groove in this. So we got a nice groove down here, but it is not enough to fit. Now, we're gonna nudge this over just a hair. All right, we're back over here, and remember, we're just playing this by ear. I don't have a plan. I just have an idea in my head. So we got the top. Let's get the top on. Yep, fits nice. All right, we're gonna mark and cut this piece. All right, and we'll be back. All right, so I got this top piece cut, and I'm just now realizing I should not have gone all the way through with the cut, because you can see the hole in the end here. I don't like that, but I can fix that later with like a 3D print or something. Next part we gotta figure out is the bottom. How are we gonna do the bottom? So we gotta get something down here. Let me brainstorm and I'll be back. All right, so I have a start. I found this nice piece of maple. So we got cedar, maple, and pine. It's gonna be a hodgepodge of different kinds of woods, but let's go cut the groove out of this, cut it to the same width as this, and see what it looks like all together, and then maybe figure out the feet. All right, so got the bottom piece cut, maybe top, I don't know yet. Alright, so we got everything sanded down. I didn't go nuts. I just went from 120 to 220 grit. I'm not out here trying to make this baby butt smooth. I think it's fine. I'm not gonna stain it. I'm not gonna put oil on it. I am gonna clean this off though. Hang on. Alright, let's assemble. Am I ready to do that? I think so. This entire project, not including the 6 to 7 hours that it took to 3D print the feet and the little corner brackets. This whole project took like 2.5 hours, dude. So if I can do this with some scrap pegboard and scrap pieces of wood from the garage with just an idea in my head, you can do it too. I hope you do. I hope this video can maybe inspire you if you're looking to display your own pieces, things that you make and go to craft shows with. It was a lot of fun, and if you do make it, I'd love to see it, and I hope you make it better than I did. I appreciate those of you who stuck around to watch. Have a good rest of your night.